Welcome back everyone to another home video. So, floors. That's what we're talking about here. And all my floors are beautiful because it's a new home, except for that. That was a big oopsie. So, thanks to this big honkin' chonkin' guy, moving in, we got it in on a hand cart, busted up the trim on the outside, so that's gotta be fixed. And then putting it down on the hand cart here, and then moving it into the corner, something that I did not notice is one of the little feet, the little black stopper feet that you turn and it comes down, was on the ground. So when it was here and I started to scoot it, it ripped this stuff up and also a few other spots. So I have to go in and replace this stuff. Now underneath, the glue is, it's still a little bit there, but not enough to be feasible. So, my dude that works here gave me some of his spare stuff that he does for repairs. So all I gotta do is come in here, find a square that matches what I need to be replacing, cut it out, replace it. So, ideally, apparently you want to have a carpet razor because they're thinner and they're much sharper, much better for this. But carpet razors don't fit in any of these that I have. So then I would have to go out and buy a handle and the razor. So that's probably $20. I had to buy seam sealer. So that goes around the edges so it gives a clean seam so you can't tell and it doesn't peel up over time. It basically joins them together like one. That was like $15, $16. And then I have to buy the glue, the smallest one possible. That was like $8. So just to replace that and those little guys, it's starting to stack up. But I've got all the stuff that I need. It should be good enough, better than a big old nasty looking thing on the floor hole. So first things first, let's move the refrigerator again. I fixed it already. I moved the little stopper up, so we shouldn't have any more issues. Now that we have the refrigerator out of the way, we can see all of our oopsie poopsies. So we've got an oopsie there, we've got an oops there, we got a oh crap there, and we got two little ooh-ees over there that need to be replaced. So I am gonna spend probably way too much time finding the little squares over here, but we'll start with the easiest one, which is this one. So we only have to replace this one little square piece of vinyl. Let's see if I can do this. Well, based on my pattern that I got, nothing matches. I guess the next thing to do is to get a similar color. So I don't have one that looks exactly like that. So I'm gonna get a similar color, a dark one. So probably this one right here. I'm gonna cut this one out. This one's larger. I'm gonna cut this one out and then bring it over here. There is little fake grout lines. You see there's grout lines in here. So when I cut this one out, I'm gonna keep these grout lines since I'm not gonna get it from the other one. So I'm just gonna cut it right on this inside edge and then cut the other one so it fits right in here. Hopefully, this will work. This is my first time doing it. All right, so don't be stupid like I almost was and cut on your existing floor. So put down a piece of wood so I'm not cutting directly through. And so when I cut this guy out, I'm going to ignore the grout. But what I could do just to make sure that I don't mess up is I could just cut on the outside of the grout and then just kind of trim it up once I get it out. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll do it. One of them, maybe. I did it. I cut a rectangle out. I think it looks decently well. I still have to trim it though. So no grout lines or anything like that. Now I have to cut this one out and replace it. All right, just went around the edges and you can see it just like that. Like when you put it down, you can't see. If you get really, 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 really close, you can tell how crappy I cut, but no one's looking that close. So let me peel off the rest of that. Yeah, this glue is horrible. It's directly on concrete. I never really got a straight answer, but any glue is better than no glue. So I'm using this stuff. Ultra Bond. Hopefully this works. I really hope. Well, I've got it cut to approximately the right size. It's not perfect. It kind of looks like crap. You can already tell, like, I did a terrible job, but I really don't want to do it again. And I think from a distance, you won't be able to tell, like this corner. Definitely something for this is you need to cut perfectly straight up and down. You cannot do from the side because the bottom is white. So then you get that white showing. That's really annoying. So I'm gonna start from the side. So I'm gonna put the seam sealer in and I'm gonna put it right here on the edge, all the way across, and I'm gonna tuck it right in here and make sure everything's nice and tight. I'm gonna get a putty knife and wipe off all the excess, and then a rag to wipe off anything more than that. Let it sit for a little while, and then I'm gonna peel it up, put some glue under here, and just continue the process. All right, so I put down a paper towel. So just in case it wants to stick to it, the paper towel is just gonna rip up. It's just gonna fall right off as soon as I start rubbing it. So, and then I put books on top of that to keep some weight down just in case the corners wanna come up. So while that one is curing, I'm gonna work on the next one. So one of these other ones. All right, it's been a little while. I took the books off, and that's how, you can kind of see it's still a little bit shiny, but that's how that one's looking. Looks good from a distance, but once you get up close, you can kind of see the seams and stuff aren't very perfect. I did a much better job on this one. I got books on there, make sure it's down. The next one I'm gonna tackle is this one. So I have to pull one of these, and then also this one here, which is a really long one. But this one up here, I could cut it right there and be okay, but I've got another one right up here. I could just leave that, but it's raised and it's gonna catch. So what I'm gonna do on this one is I'm gonna cut it probably up here somewhere and cut a different one that has a grout line on it. So something like one of these, and I'm gonna keep the grout line on it so it looks like it's supposed to be there. So this one's gonna be a little fun. I've gotta cut over through here, and then I gotta cut this one out, and I'm just gonna leave that one. It's gonna be 3 pieces in one, but this piece I actually have in my pattern, which is this one. So that's it, and that's the bottom, and that's the top one. So what I'll most likely do is cut out these two, leave this one, and just cut out the top portion up here, and take that and put it up front. I got everything cut out. I ended up, you can barely even tell, I got everything cut out, and you can see that's where it went. I'm not even gonna do grout because this blends in so well. I mean, you can barely even see that, so I'm not even gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna put the seam sealer around the edges, the glue in the middle, and I'll be done with the major one. I think after that, I've got small one over there, small one over there, small one over there. Oh, this refrigerator. All right, so I got books on the ones that I want to put some pressure on. I just took the books off of that one. All the other ones are looking pretty good from a distance, you can't tell. For this one, of course, always read the instructions if they have them. That one says it needs a dry time of 6 hours, so I'm just gonna leave it overnight, do this in the morning. The glue doesn't say, no directions, no nothing. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that. So I'm gonna let this all sit overnight, and in the morning, we'll be done. We get to put this guy back, and we should have a nice clean floor and clean up a little bit of some residue. I still have these dark things over here. I think that's just from when they actually put the floor down. They never cleaned it very well. That wasn't from me. So maybe I should go through the floor and clean up the whole thing with maybe a little bit of alcohol. All right, just woke up this morning and take a look. I can't even remember. I think it was over here. I think it was this one. I think. Definitely this one. If I look really close, I can see some gaps in there. But yeah, you cannot tell in any way any of these were replaced. So I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, put the refrigerator back, just to be double sure. I'm gonna go to the store and buy little sliders for the bottom of those, because I ain't doing this again. This was painstaking. So look at that. Even someone that has no idea what they're doing can do it. You can do it too.